Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Izani binti Ahmad Zahuri, number metric 049440. And today I want to give a talk about a good communication is the key for teamwork. Okay, this may sound simple, but communication is actually a very complex subject. For there to be efficient teamwork, communication has to be at its best. A team is able to work well together through good communication. If communication between team members is poor, there is likely to unnecessary tension and anxiety. This is one of the most important reasons why business should encourage their employees to clearly communicate with one another when working together. Okay, let's us go to the first topic, which is role of communication in team. Okay, a team is formed when individuals with a common goal come together on a common platform. The team members must complement each other and avoid conflicts among themselves. Okay, the first role is communication plays a very important role in team building and extracting the best out of team members. A team members must clearly understand what his fellow team members are up to. He should be very clear about his roles and responsibility in the team. The second role is every individual should have the freedom to speak. Okay, do not keep things within yourself and creep ladder. If you feel that your fellow colleagues is going wrong somewhere and needs to be corrected, go ahead. Do not hesitate after all his mistake and will also affect your work. Do not also shout and criticize him, but make him realize his mistake in a polite but convincing way. If you feel that you need to go for a vacation, please discuss with your superior. Don't just assume that your boss will know things of his own and grant you holidays. You need to communicate to him instead of cribbing and spreading negativity. The third role of communication in a team is the effective communication reduce the chance of conflicts and fight among team members. Okay, nobody has ever gained anything from fights. Communication improve the relation among the team members and they feel fresh and motivate the whole day at work. The next slide is how bad communication ruins good relationship in workplace. Okay, no matter how large your company is, communication is the crucial factor in its success. A company where good communication is practiced tends to be very productive. On the flip side, bad communication can have some disastrous consequence for your company. How? Well, here are some of the effects of bad communication in business. First one is decreased employee motivation. Motivation and morale are critical aspects of productivity. When your employees find that they can neither communicate with you or each other, they will likely suffer from a lack of motivation. They might realize out that they don't fully understand the task at hand. The poor communication in the organization mean it's hard for them to go to colleges or even their superior and ask for help. Okay, the result of this is that your employees start to suffer from low self-esteem in relation to their ability to perform the task at hand. Eventually, the job will either be done poorly or not be done at all. The second one is decreased employee productivity. Any business will want to be productive. As productivity increases the likelihood the company will attain its goal. Okay, productivity employees are better able to complete tasks and meet objectives. A breakdown in communication, however, ultimately leads to a breakdown in productivity. Okay, poor communication may result from employees who aren't able to communicate properly with their superiors or they are unable to communicate well with each other. It also may be that the goal of the organization and the tasks related to them are not well communicated. In such instance, productivity will be reduced because of the failure to communicate. The next point is increased mistake in the workplace. Another effect of poor communication is the lack of understanding. If you don't let your employees fully understand what is expected of them, they are likely to misunderstand their duties. Okay, this naturally leads to more mistakes in the workplace, which in turn leads to decreased productivity. Let us see a few characteristics of bad communication which lead to negative effect in the workplace.
At a few characteristics of bad communication. Sarcasm. Your words or tone of voice convey tension or hostility which you aren't openly acknowledging. Passive-aggressive. You pout or withdraw or say nothing. You may storm out of the room or slam doors. Counterattack. Instead of acknowledging how the other person feels, you respond to their criticism by criticizing them. Diversion. Instead of dealing with how you both feel in the here and now, you list grievances about past injustices. Denial. You insist that you don't feel angry, hurt, or sad when you really do.
From the video, we can conclude that every member of the team needs to take the initiative to communicate. When a team is not actively communicating, their work is at stake. It's important for everyone to learn how to communicate effectively to improve teamwork. Let's go to the next topic, which is how to communicate effectively to improve teamwork. Okay, the first one is listen. A good speaker is a good listener. Learning how to communicate more effectively also means taking more notice. It's important to begin any form of communication with listening. Okay, this doesn't mean you should ask an endless string of questions, but be sure that you're taking the time to truly understand what other people are saying and what they mean. Second point is say what you mean. Stay on topic, use the correct words and enunciate. Okay, if you're not sure of the meaning of the word, don't use it. When you use the wrong words, you will not be understood and people will doubt your competency the more it happens. Avoid mixed message. If you need more time to complete a talk before communicating about your ideas, take it. Schedule a time for your conversation later in the day or week. Make eye contact, which conveys truth and honor, and use intentional gesture. Okay, you can send the wrong message through body language or tone, which defeats the purpose of your attempt to communicate. This is especially important when discussing any emotional. The third one is practice. There are some additional tactics that you can practice within conversation or on your own. Okay, the first one is slow down. Don't speak just to respond too quickly. The second one is speak clearly and don't mumble. The third one is use appropriate volume. Fourth is write things down. And the last one is close the loop. Is the conversation finished? To end my talk today, let us see an example of effective communication at workplace.
We all use words and language every day to interact with people at work. But do we really communicate effectively? Effective communication can be broken down into 3 parts: listening, understanding, and responding. Let's look at these one by one. Listening involves hearing the words that are being said, taking in non-verbal cues such as body language and facial expressions, plus paying attention to voice modulation. We then move on to the next stage, understanding or giving meaning to what we have heard. Most communication breakdowns happen at this stage because we often misunderstand or misinterpret what is being said. When we make errors in interpretation, we are likely to respond incorrectly as well. For example, your boss asks you if the task that he assigned to you has been completed. If you interpret that as the boss blaming you for not completing the task, you are likely to respond with anger. However, if you interpret that as your boss wanting to just know the status of the task, you are likely to feel less angry and defensive. How we interpret what we hear is affected by the thoughts that pop up in our minds when we are listening.
In conclusion, a team leader will need to work with their team so as to establish ground rules on how to bring the team members together. Okay, this is an essential step of helping the team build a relationship and work together. When communication skills are strong, there are higher chance that good ideas and best practice will be openly shared among team members. Okay, team that establish a supportive environment among themselves are in a better position to learn from the best practices of a group. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.